I'm back with a book review, and today's book review will be on 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I finished this novel yesterday. I got it off Amazon. It was really cheap. It was actually a used copy, I believe, but it was pretty cheap, and it's a great book, and I'm happy that I purchased it. This is a book about a girl named Hannah Baker. She commits suicide, and she creates audio tapes for the people who led up to her suicide, and basically she tells the story of why they're involved with it, and she creates 13 tapes, and they have to be passed along the line, so in like order of the tapes, you know what I mean? And basically that's it. There's a story on each tape. You have to listen to each of them and then pass it on to the next person that comes after you. There's 13 tapes. Well, actually there's 7 tapes and 2 sides. And basically the book revolves around Hannah's tapes connecting to a boy named Clay Jensen. Clay doesn't really know why he was included on the tapes, because Clay is your, shy guy, nice. He doesn't really do anything that doesn't really hang out with a bad crowd. So he doesn't really understand why he got the tapes. He barely talked to Hannah. He only talked to Hannah like a couple of times. It was like brief conversations, and it was only brief conversations, and basically he just wants to know why. So he really gets into the tapes. He really wants to know why he's like included, and you'll find out why when you read the book. I'll have a book discussion video, like my thoughts and stuff like that on the book, like actually discussing it with people who read the book. If you watch that video, I'll be filming that right after I film this one, actually. So if I'm wearing the same clothes, you'll understand why. So I'm just gonna read the back. So, you can't stop the future, you can't rewind the past. The only way to learn the secret is to press play. Clay Jensen doesn't want anything to do with the tapes Hannah Baker made. Hannah is dead, her secret should be buried with her. Then, Hannah's voice tells Clay that his name is on her tape, and that he is, in some way, responsible for her death. All through the night, Clay keeps listening. He follows Hannah's recorded words throughout his small town, and what he discovers changes his life forever. So that's basically the summary of the back cover summary of the book. Basically what I just said. It's a great book. I'm just gonna say I rate it 5 stars out of 5. It was a great book. It was really got you into it. It was a quick read. It was only 288 pages. And then you get like a preview of like another book that this guy made. It's a great book. You really get the perspective of someone who is in high school and one of their peers committed suicide. And you really sometimes when you're in high school and you hear tragic news such as that, you wouldn't really know why that happened, because you really aren't in that person's life, and that's how Clay feels. So for Hannah to actually take why the people were involved in why she committed suicide, that's really different and really interesting to me. So we can have a glimpse of someone else's perspective when they're about to commit suicide, and someone who was involved in the reasons why. That's why I like this book. It was really interesting. It always grabs you in, grabs your attention, and then each chapter, after you read a chapter, they're sort of cliffhanger, and you always want to know what was happening next. It wasn't boring at all. It was really descriptive, really brought you in. I recommend this book so much. Go out and get it. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. Do whatever you need to do. Get this book, read it, and if you have read it before, leave your comments. Like this video, do whatever you want to. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my book discussion video on this book when you read it. Bye guys! Next book that I will be reading is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I already started reading it, but it was a little boring at first. I'm trying to start getting into it. I really want to finish this book to see what all the hype is about, but expect a review on this in maybe next week or so. Hopefully I have enough time to read it. Usually schoolwork just takes over, and this book is pretty big, so next week or the week after, expect a review. Alright guys, see you later in the next video. Bye. This is just so